With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Good evening and welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. How you doing? How you feeling? After a wonderful holiday season, hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we're off racing for the first time here after the new year in Swift Motorsports AYERS iRacingPaints K&N Series. That's right, we're hitting the desert for the High Roller 100 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 18 drivers have made the trip to the desert sun here tonight. Let's see who will be able to walk away with the first win of the new year here in these K&N Chevy Impalas. We'll have to wait to see how all that's done. Once again, I am Darkside Dave in the cave. How you doing? How you feeling, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. Tell you what, let's get a little closer to the action. See how things are shaking out down there in happy hour. Final few moments rolling off the ticker now as multiple drivers out there shaking down their machines for the final few minutes here in happy hour. Coming into tonight's race championship standings, little something like this after winning last week's race, or I would say 3 weeks ago at Michigan. Michael Atkins walking away with that race win, sits on top of the leaderboard. Jason Branch right there in second, just 2 points back. Todd McGregor in third. Kevin Burrows fourth, fifth place. Cody Brown, Britt Crawford sitting right there in sixth. Larry Poling, Robert Gillard, and Andy Starcher and Don Kidder round out your top 10 coming into tonight's race. As I already mentioned, Atkins visiting Victory Lane. We'll have to see if Michael can make it a 2-for here very early in the season. And looking through the timing and scoring, he is definitely picking up where he left off. We'll throw a little bit of your happy hour standings up there for you. There you can see, once again, Michael Atkins sitting on top of the speed charts right now, just ahead of Justin Gain. Gain right there, just about a 10th off on the quick time. Final 30 seconds rolling off of happy hours stopwatch here. Do want to take a moment to say, how you doing? How you feeling? I mean, how you feeling out there in the YouTube side of things, out in the chat? Who you got for tonight's race? Who you rooting for? Let us know out there. We'll try to give a few of the driver shout-outs a little bit later on if we can. As the final now 15 seconds begin to click off, which one of these AYERS iRacingPaints Arca Menards series drivers are going to be able to translate that fast time here in happy hour over into just a 2-lap shootout for qualifying. Only 5 minutes for these drivers to put down their quick time. There you see flag being waved on happy hour, so we'll get rid of all the graphics on screen for you. Things going to reset here, and we'll get set to see the green flag on the qualifying session. There you have it, being displayed now at the flag stand. We'll see which one of these drivers is brave enough to jump out there first. Looks like Robert Gillard already heading towards his car, looking to jump inside, put down his time lap very early. Also looks like Jason Branch beginning to make his way towards his car. More and more drivers all filing towards the track now, so we'll jump out there. I tell you what, let's go out there with Robert Gillard as he rolls off of pit road. Jim Thorndike, Michael Atkins Jr., Jason Branch, Chad Lancaster, all out there on track on their up-to-speed laps. We'll throw the graphics up as we start to get some qualifying laps in. We'll see how all these drivers shake out here. 100 laps here tonight in the desert sun. This track is going to get slippery. Drivers already complaining a little bit about how loose and slippery the rear end of these K&N machines have been getting out there tonight, especially off of turn number 2. So look for turn number 2 to be the hot spot here tonight. If we're going to see some loose sideways race cars, it may just be off of that turn 2. There you see Gillard making a good run through 1 and 2. Multiple drivers. Todd McGregor. Todd McGregor out on his up-to-speed lap, as well as Greg Deutsch out there. Andy Starcher, as Jason Branch puts it on top of the speed charts with his first time lap. Robert Gillard going fourth now. Jim Thorndike jumping to the top of the speed charts. We'll throw up your information for you right there so you can follow along at home just like we do here in the booth. And there you seen when I was talking about Robert Gillard loose off of turn 2. We'll jump back here as another driver gets loose. I'm telling you, that's going to be the hot spot right here. Monster Energy Machine being piloted by Andy Starcher, making his way down the back stretch. First time lap here for Starcher. So we'll continue to watch this 19 on his first time lap here. Top of the speed charts belongs to Jason Branch. Quick time, 31:08. Starcher going 9th on the board with his first time lap. Nobody having anything for Jason Branch right now. Thorndike just behind him, just 1/10 off. Kevin Burrows going to slot into third position. Michael Atkins not able to reproduce that fast time like he had in happy hour. Sitting 4th on the speed charts right now. 19 comes back through the tri-oval, hugging the grass right across the line on the apron. Where's he going to shake out? All the way up to 5th. Great run on that second time lap. Looks like there's just a few other drivers out there, so we'll look at Larry Poling, who's just kind of hanging out right there in that mellow yellow. AYERS iRacing Arca Menards K&N Series Chevy Impala. Donald Bennett out on his timed laps as well. Bennett going 11th on the speed chart. And that pretty orange turn 3 racing. AYERS Arca Menards K&N Series car. And I may be impartial here, but that is a nice looking ride. Just saying. Eric Dutcher out there on his time lap. The Mountain Dew K&N machine just making some slow laps here. Looks like making sure everything's going to clear the track. Looks like Greg Deutsch also going to end his qualifying attempt. So we'll look back. We'll see if we see anybody else out there. Doesn't look like we've got anybody else out on track. So that very well may just do it with about 60 seconds remaining here. And qualifying doesn't look like anybody else is going to go out there, so I don't think anybody's going to have anything for Jason Branch. Going to walk away with the pole position here. Quick time, 31:08. And with those final 40 seconds or so clicking off the clock at the top, we're going to go ahead and step away from the track, take a brief commercial break, then head back down trackside for your national anthem. Starting lineup coming shortly after that. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
back trackside here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Drivers slowly beginning to make their way to the starting grid, and we have got a little something here tonight that we would like to address and concern this week. One of our great admins here in the Swift MotorSports stable in the league, losing his mother this week. So we would just like to, as not just a racing community here on iRacing, not just as the drivers in this series or leagues, but also as us as the broadcasters here at Turn 3 Racing Network, we do want to wish you the best in a hard time. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Our condolences are to you. If there's anything you need, you can reach out to us. Great woman, Stacy Wells. So we salute you in your life, and we're going to take a brief moment of silence here just to recognize all the great things that Stacy did throughout her life and just celebrate the life that she had here. And as we continue the night with some heavy hearts out there on track, some heavy hearts out there in the YouTube land, we do appreciate you all joining us here tonight for another great night of racing here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Looks like most of the drivers have hit the starting grid. There you can see them all lined up, ready to go. So we'll get set to fire things off for the first time here in the new year for Swift MotorSports AYERS iRacingPaints. Arca Menards Series, your starting lineup for the High Rollers 100 looks a little something like this. Starting inside row number 1, walking away with the pole position, the 22 of Jason Branch. Just to his outside, the 59 of Jim Thorndike, making up row number 2 here tonight, the 23 of Kevin Burrows, the 41 of Michael Atkins just to his outside, row number 3, Andy Starcher in the 19 machine, and the 71 of Todd McGregor. Don Kidder gonna line up in the 7th position, 8th spot goes to Ryan Branch. Row number 5, Chad Lancaster, followed to his outside by the 28 of Ron Shute. Row number 6 here tonight, the 31 of Donald Bennett, just to his outside, the 29 of Eric Dutcher. Row number 7 here tonight, the 45 of Robert Gillard, followed by the 1 of Greg Deitch. Row number 8, Roy Fernandez, followed by the 30 of Justin Gain. Danny Valenzuela and Larry Poling round out the field here tonight for the High Roller 100. How you doing? How you feeling, race fans? We're ready to go back green flag racing once again here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Chevy Silverado pace truck ready to duck off for the first time. Here we go. Drivers lined up. Restart box. Flagman's got it. Green flag in the air for the first time here tonight for Swift MotorSports High Roller 100 and AYERS iRacing Arca Menards Series. Up at the front of the field, your race leader Jason Branch has a good start. Jim Thorndike and Michael Atkins battling right now. 3 wide off of turn number 2. 3 wide off of turn 2 on lap number 1. Making a move for the race lead. The 41 of Michael Atkins drives to the bottom, moves to the front. New leader at the end of lap 1. My goodness, Atkins was not playing around. And it looks like we may have a little bit of trouble back through the field. Looks like Robert Gillard may have had some trouble, as well as Greg Deitch. Both of those drivers a little bit slow right now. Danny Valenzuela actually looks like he's on pit road, so multiple drivers with a few issues very early here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Michael Atkins at the front of the field enjoys about a 2, almost 3 car race advantage over your pole sitter. And there goes a very slow Greg Deitch down there at the bottom of the track, rolling pretty slow. Field gonna make their way around him. No problems, no harm, no foul. Everybody stays clean and green right now. Very long stretch of cars down the back stretch already. You can see some gaps beginning to develop as Michael Atkins just begins to walk away, setting the fast time of the race last time by 31:32 for the 41 of Michael Atkins. Battle for the second spot. That's where the action is right there. Jason Branch has got Jim Thorndike and Todd McGregor all over his rear deck lid as we continue green flag racing down into turn number 3. Out of turn 4 now, slowly but surely, Branch is starting to pull away. But has he allowed Atkins to get just too far out there to do anything with? Atkins is absolutely set sail. Gonna go back through the field. A little bit more battles going on right here. You can find a 2-car battle with Ron Shute, Andy Starcher right there running with each other. 19 has Don Kidder just behind him. Kidder trying to take up inside the top 8 right here. Just behind them you'll find Chad Lancaster and Donald Bennett running right there behind them. It looks like, unfortunately, having some trouble early here tonight. Already out of tonight's race, Robert Gillard has had some issues and he is behind the wall. Valenzuela and Deitch both being scored 1 lap down after an early incident. Both of those drivers on the pit road to try to fix their machines, but a little bit off pace behind the 8 ball very early here at Las Vegas. Meanwhile, back at the front, the battle has not calmed down. Todd McGregor right there still trying to chase down Jim Thorndike. All of those drivers still lined up single file. There you can see McGregor trying to run down Thorndike. He's got Burrows right behind him. And we have got a breakaway at the front. Michael Atkins has set sail. Half a second race advantage for him. Jason Branch slowly starting to walk away from Thorndike, as Thorndike has got his rear view mirror full of 3 hungry drivers. Gonna jump a little bit further back through the field because we've got a battle once again. Don Kidder right there all over that rear deck lid of Andy Starcher. Starcher not really able to do anything, not really able to shake him just yet. As we continue green flag racing here, lap number 9 out of the 100 scheduled in the official race distance for the High Roller 100 here in Swift Motorsports AYERS iRacingPaints Arca Menards Series. And there you can see down on the track, Andy Starcher able to slowly pull back away from Kidder, but Kidder has not really let him get away. Still right down there, breathing down his neck. Back at the front, though, do want to go back up here because we've still got this 3-car battle going on right here between Thorndike, McGregor, Burrows. You can go ahead and throw Branch into the mix. Your race leader isn't too far off in front of them, but it's a 3-car battle right now for the 3rd position on track. Todd McGregor has it. Burrows trying to work that high side, trying to make the pass. Thorndike losing 1 position as Burrows goes right on by McGregor now. Has to fend Burrows off as they work their way off of turn number 4 just behind them. I believe that may be the one of Gary Deitch who is being scored 1 lap down. I believe that's who that is just behind them. Your race leaders all right there, lined up with each other. Small gaps developing at the front of the field. We'll go back up here with your race leaders as they begin to work their way through some lap traffic. Very early here, lap number 12 on the Rays Energy K&N Chevy Impala has seen some better days for Danny Valenzuela. Valenzuela going to drop yet another lap, and that, I believe that is the 84. That may be the 04. Can't quite tell on the side of that machine which one it is, but Valenzuela had an early incident here tonight, and unfortunately that 04 has seen some better days, but he's in it for the long run. Don't count him out just yet. He'll continue to put down those laps and continue to try to soldier on, as we've got some soldiering going on right here, battling it out on track still for that third position. Todd McGregor has it. Kevin Burrows wants it. We continue green flag racing, as there you see Danny Valenzuela fighting back with your race leader, fighting hard to not lose that extra lap there. You can see him throwing it down into turn one, not scared at all to be racing with the leaders at the front of this field. Valenzuela, very talented driver here on iRacing.com. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to get over here and check this out. If you've ever wanted to be in any type of race car, I promise you they've got it. Whether it's a GT, a Daytona prototype, they've got Ferraris, to all of the heavy 10 tops here, the NASCAR style. If you want it, they've got it all scanned to laser precision. So the physics are amazingly accurate. Real race car drivers on here as well. Head on over to iRacing.com. Not much of a battle at the front of the field between Michael Atkins there. You can see him just out in front of Jason Branch. That is about a half a second of a race advantage as they slowly start to split. Valenzuela slowly starting to fall to the wayside now, but has put up one heck of a fight. Todd McGregor and Kevin Burrows continue to battle on track for that third and fourth position. That slowly brought Jim Thorndike as well as Ron Shute right there up into the mix. They'll be knocking on the door of that two-car battle just in front of them. And you got another little two-car battle just behind them. Starcher and Kidder still going at it. Donald Bennett now making his way inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. Good to see Donald with a great run out there. First time here with Swift Motorsports in the AYERS iRacing Arca Menards series. So good to see that turn 3 machine sitting inside the top 10, having a good run just back behind them. He's got a heavy contested spot though, because the 20 of Chad Lancaster, he's looking to the bottom, looking to make the pass. Lancaster down at the bottom. Bennett using that high lane, trying to make it work, trying to emulate that Harry Gant style up the track and into the side of Bennett. Bennett saves it. Oh my, I don't know how those two drivers did not wad it up there in turns 1 and 2. Up the track went Lancaster after diving into the bottom, up into the side of Bennett. Bennett gets sideways, saves it, and rolls off down the backstretch. Heck of a piece of driving out of both of those drivers there. Looks like we've got a driver heading to pit road. It's the Pepsi machine of Greg Deitch. He's heading to pit road after some early trouble here tonight. Back to pit road once again. And while all that great, crazy action was going on back here towards the rear of the field, running for that 10th and final spot in the top 10, Donald Bennett begins to stretch a little bit of a gap. We'll head back up front because the gaps have closed. Look at this. Jason Branch breathing down the neck of your race leader, Michael Atkins. Atkins took control of the race lead on lap number 1 and had set sail, but here comes your pole sitter back to the front, back to that rear spoiler of the 41. And Danny Valenzuela, very impressive. Yes, he is 3 laps down at this point in time, but he has been hanging tough right here, running with your race leaders, running with the fastest guys on the track. So that's got to make you think there is a good car underneath that driver's rear end right now, underneath Danny Valenzuela getting all he can. Unfortunately, Valenzuela caught up in a little bit of a mishap, had to come to pit road, lost multiple laps, getting up to speed, losing yet another lap, losing that 3rd lap, but still trying to soldier on for all it's worth as we close in on the quarter-way mark here in tonight's High Roller 100 for Swift Motorsports, AYERS iRacingPaints, Arca Menards Series. These drivers have 60% fuel load, so they can go quite a while here on the track tonight. But who's going to want those tires? That is the important thing here at Las Vegas. You're going to want those tires way before you want the fuel. But who's willing to give up the track position? Who's willing to risk it for the biscuit for the first time in 2021? We'll see which one of these brave drivers walks away with the trophy here tonight. Looking to clean up on the bottom, the 22 of Jason Branch, that Serve Pro green machine, looking to head back to the front, back where he was at the start of tonight's race. A little bit of an issue there for Ron Shute, back off in the background, seeing a little bit of a blink out of his machine. Now a side-by-side battle for the race lead. We'll throw a little bit of the information on that battle up there for you. There you can see it. Less than a 1/10 of a second separate your top 2 drivers as they're side by side back into turn 3. Very close off of 4. Half of a car separate those 2 drivers, widening out at the exit of 4. With the nose at the line, the 41 of Atkins leads yet another lap. And you can just see the drivers right behind these 2 that are battling for that top position in the running order. 3rd and 4th, they have slowly closed in. Todd McGregor right there, as well as Ron Shute sitting just behind McGregor, as Thorndike and Starcher have kind of fell to the wayside a little bit. Now 3 seconds behind your race leader, as Atkins continues to be hounded on the track right now by that 22 Serve Pro K&N machine being piloted by Jason Branch. Branch not messing around, not playing around. No kidding inside that car right now. Back to the bottom, hugging that white line once again. Searching for that top spot, but I believe the high line's going to prevail once again. Yes, it does, as the 41 comes right down across the nose of Branch. Branch hard on the rear end of that 41 going into the corner. A little bit of a push there getting into the corner, but look who is coming in the background. Ron Shute and that Serve Pro machine, teammate to Branch, coming up through the field, now running in that 3rd spot as McGregor falls back to 4th. There you can see the gap beginning to develop between these drivers as we continue green flag racing here. We'll go back to this small scrum of cars, this battle going on. That is a battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Thorndike, Starcher, and Burrows all lined up, all battling for that spot. And here comes Ryan Branchew as well in that 8th position, trying to come up there and steal a little bit more here as we continue the green flag run here. Long green flag run for these drivers here tonight. Hope they've all got fresh water bottles heading into tonight's race, because it is going to be a hot and heavy one. going to keep in mind and go ahead and throw up the weather report once again for you. There you see it off to the side. 69 degrees here tonight, but track already up there at the 93-degree mark, so track is getting looser and looser as these drivers continue to lay down the rubber. Close action here as the 23 of Burrows goes up the track. Burrows losing a little bit of ground, as I believe that is Branchuk trying to come to the inside now. Running the apron, not able to get there. Now the 23 will set his sights back on, trying to get around Thorndike. Great battle back here for a top 6th, 7th position. We'll jump back at the front once again because the battle has not went away. Jason Branch continues to try to run down Michael Atkins right now on track, not able to get the job done just yet. Atkins leading every lap so far here tonight. A little bit of information about that driver that took the pole position. Well, there you have it. There's his name. There's his car number. That's Michael Atkins leading the field here tonight. Jason Branch right behind him. Virginia Beach, Virginia for Jason. Trying to get up there and take that top spot away. Ron Shute sitting right there behind them. 3rd position on track as we run right now. Todd McGregor just behind them, running in the 4th position. 5th place goes to Jim Thorndike. We'll continue to run down your top 10 as green flag pit stops. I believe they have begun because Andy Starcher and Don Kidder both to pit road. 6th position on track as they run right there. Kevin Burrows in that 23 machine. And oh, caution comes out as Greg Deitch has had an issue, had some trouble. He goes around. Looks like that will put us under caution for the first time here tonight. So we'll take a look, see what happened here. And there you see the one just getting loose, trying to save it hard into that out. Oh my. Hard into that outside wall. That has got to hurt. Pepsi Challenge. Ooh. We'll take one more look at this here from the cockpit of that one machine. That was a very hard impact. And looks like we're queuing it up a little bit after the fact, but nonetheless, very hard impact for the driver inside that one machine as we go back live at the front of the field in car with your race leader. Let's see what he's going to do. Will he come to pit road? Yes, he is. And Danny Valenzuela, 1 lap down. He's going to stay out, try to get one of his laps back, but you got to keep in mind he's going to have to come to pit road at some point. He's going to need yet another caution or 2 at least to get back onto the lead lap. So Valenzuela doing all he can to try to take back some of those laps, try to gain any and all positions that he may possibly be able to do. Everybody on to pit road and into their box, no problem. Valenzuela going to get the wave around. So we're going to take a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with all your green flag action here on Turn 3 Racing Network. back live trackside as the field gets the one to go. Chevy Silverado pace truck lights are off. Drivers pulling the belts tight, ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. Will that fast 41, last week's race winner, will he walk away from the field once again, or will that 22 of Jason Branch to his outside get a good restart and challenge for the race lead? We've seen Branch all over that rear bumper in that long green flag run. Now that he's right there, the distance has closed. Will he be able to make that pass? We'll have to wait and see how all of that shakes out. Want to take this moment to do a little bit of house cleaning. 16 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We have still got 14 drivers out there on the track. Looks like Robert Gallard and Greg Deutsch both out of tonight's race. Danny Valenzuela still on track, being scored 2 laps downfield. Off of turn 4, we're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here for the High Roller 100 for Swift Motorsports AYERS iRacingPaints Arca Menards Series in the restart box, and green flag flies once again here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Which one of these drivers are willing to gamble it all here in the desert sun and walk away with the trophy at the end of the night? The 41 gets off to a great start. Already a 4-car advantage as they work their way off of 2 and down the backstretch. Close battle for position just behind them. We'll cue this one up for you as Todd McGregor, he's been able to make his way up and around Branch. Branch falling back to the 3rd position. His teammate Ron shooting right there as Jim Thorndike working that high side now on the outside of turn number 2, looking to keep the momentum up off of 2, make the pass. There it is with ease off of turn number 2. These drivers head down into 3 now. More battling going on throughout this field. Going to jump back here around the 9th, 10th position as we've got a long train of cars there. You can see Ryan Branchew, Eric Dutcher, Chad Lancaster, Andy Starcher, Donald Bennett, Larry Poling, and Don Kidder all right here, all grouped up, all mixing it up back here for a top 10 spot. Back at the front, battle beginning to develop for that 2nd position there. You can see it on track now as Branch slowly closing in on the back of McGregor. And I tell you what, race fans, why don't we head down trackside for a little bit of Turn It Up. Haven't been there so far this year, so we're going to mute the mics for a brief moment, bring you some great sights and sounds here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Man, oh man, love it when we get that close to the action. Some great camera shots out of the Turn 3 production booth. Do want to take my hats off to each and every one of you back there working behind the scenes to get everything done. But more importantly, want to thank each and every one of you race fans, whether you're the casual stopper buyer, the fan, friend, family. We appreciate each and every one of you stopping in here tonight and look forward for a great week of racing action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for Swift Motorsports. That's right, race fans. We're going to hit the track once again tomorrow night here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. With Swift Motorsports, it's going to be one heck of a race tomorrow night as well. But right now, Michael Atkins looking to repeat. Looking to go back-to-back race wins. This race leader has been fast all day long, almost 1 second in front of the field right now. And I tell you what, I want to say clean and clear out in front of your race leader. So why don't we head down with one of our onboard camera shots with your race leader as he continues around the track here tonight. Gonna visit a few more onboard camera shots for you right here. There you have it, on board with your race leader, Michael Atkins. Just back behind them, another onboard camera shot. Jason Branch, your pole sitter in that 22 Serve Pro K&N machine. Do want to take my hats off to all the crews allowing us to put these great camera shots, not just on the cars, but on the helmets inside the car here, adding just a few more ounces of weight, but hopefully that is not affecting any of the handling here inside of that 22 of Jason Branch. Few other drivers out there with some cameras on their cars as well. We'll get to those in just a few more moments as we continue to watch this battle for the second place on the track, as your race leader Michael Atkins has kind of stepped away from the field. Jason Branch, your pole sitter, trying to take that second spot away from Todd McGregor. McGregor with a great restart after our first caution flag here tonight. McGregor taking away that second spot, not looking back. And I don't know if you would want to look back, as we have just reached the halfway point in tonight's High Roller 100 here in the desert sun of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. These drivers continue a long green flag run. Only one caution here tonight at about, I would say, lap 30 or so is when we had that first caution. We have been green since the drop of the green flag for the restart. Few small battles to mention out here on track, right around that 10th position. There you can see that 20 of Chad Lancaster trying to keep that 03 of Don Kidder behind him. Kidder trying to slowly move himself up inside the top 10, has been moving his way that direction for most of the night. Lost 4 positions from where he started tonight's race, so he is desperately trying to get back those spots. A close, hot, and heavy battle here. Donald Bennett just in front of Chad Lancaster. Bennett getting up and out of the groove. He's going to head up towards the top of the track. That's going to give the preferred lane to Lancaster, as well as Kidder. Kidder looking to put his nose in the door. There it is. They've got it, making the pass on the inside. Bennett going to lose 2 positions in about 1 lap's time. He's going to drop to the 11th spot as Kidder breaks his way back inside the top 10. Meanwhile, this battle at the front of the field, it is a 2-car battle for the second spot, but it is going to be a 3-car battle here very shortly, as Jim Thorndike beginning to close the distance, just 4/10 off of the back end of Jason Branch. Branch still not able to do anything with McGregor. That Mountain Dew throwback K&N machine looking pretty sweet at the front with that real sugar on the hood. It is getting off of turn 4 very well, but Branch looks to the bottom, puts a nose there, not going to be able to complete the pass. He'll fall back in line. Now looking to the inside once again as they enter turn 1. Into turn 1 with the run, but not able to get the run through the center. They'll drag race down the backstretch. Advantage goes to McGregor. Still side by side when they get to turn 3. Now that inside lane will prevail. Jason Branch going to take the slide job and move right to the second spot. That has brought Jim Thorndike right here in this mix. He's trying to hustle his K&N machine up there as well. And if they're not careful, that's going to bring the teammate of that 22 machine right there in the mix as well. The 28 of Ron Shute just behind them. There you can see that Serve Pro K&N machine piloted by Ron Shute trying to come up through the field. Already up 5 positions from where he started tonight's race. So heck of a run being had out of that 28 machine and Ron Shute. Long green flag run underway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We had a long green flag run to start tonight's High Roller 100 here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for Swift Motorsports. AYERS iRacing Arca Menards series caution flag flying for the first time at lap number 32. Drivers all down on the pit road under that caution for service. Back on the track, green flag since, so about 24 laps or so on this green flag run so far. I'm not sure these drivers have got enough in the tank to get to the end of tonight's race, but there may be a few that may just gamble. We are in Las Vegas, it's the gambling capital of the world. So if you're going to gamble at all, why not gamble right here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway? More drivers trying to gain some positions, but I'm not sure anybody has anything for your race leader at the front of the field. Michael Atkins has stepped out to a 1.7 race lead, almost a 2-second advantage as we close in on a lap number 60 out of the 100 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Yes, indeed, another lap or a half a lap. We're going to have ourselves a 4-car battle for the second spot. They're going to be all packed up running with each other as they have left Kevin Burrows behind in that 6th spot. Kevin sitting about 2 seconds back from Ron Shute right now, so a big gap back to him. Man, oh man, what a drive by that 41. Did not qualify on the pole. Excuse me. Did not qualify on the pole. Started actually outside of row number 2 and was able to capture the lead before they got back to the line on lap number 1, and he has not looked back since. Your race leader, Michael Atkins, he has been absolutely on it all night long. And as we talk about a driver doing well, gonna have to go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Driver not having as good of a night here tonight. There you can see that 04 of Danny Valenzuela, Utah native, out there trying to get all he can out of the car after a very early incident. Another driver not faring too well here in this long green flag run, losing a few positions here on this this segment. Donald Bennett in that 31 machine out of Kutztown, PA. Driver for Keystone Motorsports. Representing Turn 3 Racing Network and Bromley Designs Draft Top, Donald Bennett not having as good of a race night as he had wanted to here in his debut appearance with Swift Motorsports, but still running very, very strong, just outside of your top 10. Back up at the front, though. Man, I tell you what a run by Ron Shute. That 28 machine, he's made up another position. He is now running in that 4th spot and looking to make a pass on Todd McGregor. Jason Branch, since making the pass, he has begun to slowly build a gap, about a 0.2 of a second advantage over McGregor right now as Ron Shute starts to work over that rear deck lid, working off of turn number 4 back across the stripe. These drivers still all lined up nose to tail from 2nd on to 5th. And yeah, I said from 2nd to 5th because your race leader has stepped out. Look at that. 2.5 second plus advantage right now for the driver sitting inside of that 41 machine in Michael Atkins. He is liking the way tonight is going, looking to repeat, go back to back, winning the last race in 2020 and winning the first race in 2021. The 41 and his crew getting the job done. Looking around, trying to see the battles on the track, and it looks like your closest battles on track are those drivers sitting in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th position right here. This is the closest action on the track. All the other positions a little bit spread out, a little bit gapped up. As Donald Bennett, he's slowly closing in on the back of Chad Lancaster, trying to make a pass on him. But this, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the action is at. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all nose to tail. Jim Thorndike right there running in 5th, looking to try to gain some spots, but nowhere to go. You can't run where they ain't when they're everywhere in front of you. And making the pass on McGregor goes Shute now into that 3rd spot. So we've got Serve Pro in 2nd and 3rd right now, trying to clean it up at the front of the field. Battle continue to rage on here. Now teammates may be battling for that 2nd position. Jason Branch has it, but it looks like Ron Shute is not satisfied as Jim Thorndike makes the pass on McGregor for the 4th position that time by. It's still a battle between them for that 4th and final spot just inside the top 5. 71 and the 59 still side by side as they go through turns 3 and 4. Now the advantage goes to the 71 of McGregor on the outside, getting a little bit more pace running that outside, able to make the pass back on Thorndike. So Thorndike gonna fall back into that 4th position, and it looks like those two Serve Pro AYERS iRacingPaint Serve Pro Arca Menards Series cars beginning to step away from the drivers around them. Looks like we've got green flag pit stops underway. Donald Bennett, Chad Lancaster, the front of the field comes as well. Your race leader, Michael Atkins, he stays out on track. Jim Thorndike, he stays on track. Kevin Burrows gonna take over the 3rd spot. He's gonna stay out on track. Andy Starcher also staying out on track. Ryan Branchew, last driver to stay out on track. He'll round out the top 5 under this green flag pit stop segment. Larry Poling also electing to stay out on track for at least one more lap. He'll round out the top 6 as your race leader comes to pit road this time by. Look for Thorndike to peel off. He does. Burrows peels off as well behind him. A little sideways on the binders. Gets it straightened out, crossing the line. Gonna have to keep an eye on those pesky pit road police. We'll have to see if anybody's caught by those pit road police down there here tonight. Pushing the envelope there just a little bit coming onto pit road was that 59. We'll have to wait and see how everybody shakes out. Jason Branch, Ron Shute, Don Kidder all back off of pit road. Getting the cars up to speed. Here comes Donald Bennett with a head of steam. He's looking to gain a few spots with an early pit stop here. Donald now running inside the top 10. He may make up a few more positions as he's passing a few cars down there on pit road still. Trying to look at the gapping, timing, and scoring, because here comes this man, Michael Atkins Jr. in the 41. He's going to reassume the race lead, but looking at the intervals, trying to see if he gains or loses any time off of pit road. And it looks like he's going to keep the gap. He's going to keep the advantage right about the same, right knocking on the door of that 3-second mark advantage right now for the driver inside that 41 machine. Michael Atkins getting the job done once again here in the AYERS iRacingPaints Arca Menards Series. More drivers breaking away for pit road. Looks like the pit road police may have caught one or two of these drivers. Eric Dutcher back on to pit road. That looks to be a pit road penalty. Jim Thorndike back to pit road as well. Oh my, oh my. A few drivers receiving those pit road penalties. The pit road police are out in full effect here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the High Rollers 100 and Swift Motorsports AYERS iRacingPaints Arca Menards Series. The 41 DuPont machine continues to dominate tonight's race, has led almost every single lap except for the few right there under the green flag pit cycle. He'll reassume the race lead, and the gap has slowly diminished. I wonder if Atkins is saving a little bit here. The gap was right at 3 seconds. Now it's down to 2.5 seconds back to this man right here. Your pole sitter for tonight's race, the 22 of Jason Branch, continues to try to run down your race leader. Losing a ton of ground onto pit road. Ron Shute all the way back there just now entering turns 1 and 2. Shute rounding out your podium positions here tonight in the High Roller 100, and he has got himself a battle on his hands because the 23 of Kevin Burrows, he is closing in pretty fast, staying out 1 lap longer. He's got 1 lap fresher tires, and he is making the most of it right now up inside of your top 5. Speaking of top 5, rounding out your top 5 here tonight, the 19 of Andy Starcher, right back where he started tonight's race in the 5th position. Starcher, a little bit of an up and down night, but right now looking to capitalize on a good pit stop, gaining a ton of ground here. Now up inside the top 5. Driver that was up at the front of tonight's race now being scored 1 lap down, I believe, maybe possibly 2 laps down. Todd McGregor has fallen from grace out of the top 3 spots, now all the way knocking on the door of a top 10, but off of the lead lap. McGregor has got to see that pesky yellow flag fly if he's gonna want to try to save his chances at all. And no, I stand corrected. McGregor was or is only 1 lap down right now, but not sitting in that lucky dog position. He has got to get by the 69 Mellow Yellow K&N machine being piloted right here by Larry Poling, and you can see him just off in the distance. So not a ton of ground to make up, but still just enough. We'll rejoin the front once again as we have got a battle for that 3rd and final podium spot. Kevin Burrows all over the rear deck lid of the 28 of Ron Shute. There you can see Shute coming off of turn number 4. Trying to keep that 28 machine up in front of Kevin Burrows, and Burrows is all over him, man. all over him, very close, pushing him through the trioval here. And these cars, very dangerous to be doing the bump drafting. You can get just a hair offset, and that's all she wrote. It could end very badly for both of the drivers involved, not just the driver being pushed, but the driver doing the pushing. This is the closest battle on track for position. Gonna mention a few drivers out there now battling for a few spots. Looks like Ryan Branchute trying to close the gap, close the distance up to Andy Starcher, running in that final top 5 spot. Donald Bennett making up some ground, now up 3 positions from where he started tonight's race, running in the 11th spot, trying to close some distance on Don Kidder, but that is about a 3-second gap from Kidder to Bennett. Bennett is going to have to be on it because there is only 19 laps remaining. 18 now as the leader crosses the line. Time is running out. 3.5-second race advantage for the man on screen. The man looking to go back to back here in the AYERS iRacingPaints Arca Menards series for Swift Motorsports. And how cool is that? How cool would that be if you could literally say, I was the last person to win last year and I'm the first person to win this year? That's like an extra notch under the notch on your belt. You know what I mean? That's just a really cool deal, or I think it is. And I'm kind of weird, so. Drivers continue this long green flag run after an early caution coming out on lap number 32. We have been clean and green since the restart of the race here tonight for the High Rollers 100 in the desert sun here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It has been a fast-paced night for sure, as things beginning to slowly calm down throughout the entire field. Drivers slowly beginning to jockey for their final few positions. We've got drivers right here battling for the 3rd and 4th position as Burrows is all over Chute trying to take that 3rd spot away. This battle will not stop. It will not go away. They continue lap after lap, testing each other's nerves, testing each other's skills on who wants to walk away in that 3rd and final podium spot. We'll have to wait just another 14 laps. But, you know, I say walked away with the race win. How cool is it going to be to go back-to-back race-winning weekends, one in last year, one in this year? But a caution flag changes everything. If we get a caution at this point in time, you may see some real gamblers out there. You may see some drivers stay out. You may see some drivers take 2. Well, you just don't know until it happens. So we'll have to wait to see if we get that late caution, that late race caution flag here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Haven't typically seen the late race cautions here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but that does not mean it's not gonna happen. It very well could happen. One of these drivers may blow a tire, even though they were on pit road on lap 71 or thereabouts. Lap 71. It'll be right around the 30 lap mark. These drivers have gone that far in the tires, but who has really abused them? Because look at the gap at the front of the field as the ticker scrolls across the screen. Almost a 5-second race advantage now for Michael Atkins Jr. over Jason Branch. Either Branch has given up or Atkins has smashed that gas. And as we see this battle slowly start to go away, Kevin Burrows falling to the wayside, losing a little bit of ground now. That gap between these two drivers opening up to almost a 1 second advantage as we've got more drivers battling for spots. I believe that is the 69 of Larry Poling right there, trying to go by a few of the drivers that are around him. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to gain any spots with that pass. But nonetheless, Poling, man on the mission, he's got to go. And as we get down to the final 10 laps in tonight's race, we'll run down your top 10 for you as they are on track. There you can see that 41 machine, your race leader, dominant performance here tonight. Inside of that 41, AYERS iRacing Arca Menards Series K&N car, Michael Atkins getting the job done. Your second place runner as they are here on track out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, Jason Branch piloting that 22 machine into that second spot, holding strong now, should secure that to the end, barring any catastrophic failures on his machine. Rounding out your podium spots in the third position, Ron Shute in that 28 machine. Heck of a drive. Up 7 spots from where he started tonight's race. So hats off to Shute and that entire 28 crew getting the job done. Just behind them, not very far to go, that 23 of Kevin Burrows running in the fourth spot. A little bit of a ways back, 7 seconds to be exact, back to the driver running in that final top 5 position, Andy Starcher right here in the 19 machine out of Castaway, West Virginia. Driving all he's got out of Hyperdrive Motorsports, but not quite where he may have wanted to finish, but still running inside that top 5. Back in the 6th spot, there you can see him just crossing the line. 18 years old out of Toledo, Ohio, Ryan Branchew getting the job done for 4X Racing here tonight, running in that 6th spot. Don Kidder in the 03 coming out of turn number 2, running in the 7th spot. Kidder back to where he started tonight's race, and running just behind him in the 8th position, Donald Bennett out of Kutztown, PA, making a good first appearance here, his debut for Swift Motorsports, AYERS iRacing Paints Arca Menards Series. Bennett doing one heck of a job. Running in the 9th position, first car being scored 1 lap down, the 69 of Larry Poling. That mellow yellow machine has been fast, but unfortunately was not fast enough here tonight, losing 1 lap, sitting in that 9th spot. Then rounding out your top 10 with 5 laps to go, Todd McGregor. So your race leader got the high 5 last time, 4 to go this time around as he closes in on the 31 of Donald Bennett, looking to the outside. He's going to make the pass. Bennett now going to be scored in that lucky dog position, and if we get one now, he is going to be pretty thankful for it. We've got a few more drivers in front of him trying to stay on the lead lap because your race leader has not let off the gas. 4-second race advantage for Michael Atkins. Off a turn 4, back across the stripe. Leader will get the 3 to go sign this time by. All the positions are pretty much sorted out and figured out at this point in time. Small gaps in between a lot of the drivers. 4-second gap back from Atkins to Branch. Branch enjoys a 1.8 second advantage. I apologize, over Ron Shute with a 1 second advantage over Burrows as well. So those spots all pretty much lined up and figured out. Popsicle sticks this time by for your race leader inside that DuPont. K&N machine down into turns 1 and 2 once again. And Danny Valenzuela, let's talk about him real quick. The driver inside of that 04, lap number 1, had some trouble and has soldiered on all night long, multiple laps down, and has still tried to get everything he can as we see the white flag fly. Final lap here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the High Rollers 100 for Swift Motorsports, AYERS iRacingPaints, Arca Menards Series. Out of turn 2 for the final time down the backstretch. No trouble in front, no threat behind. Into turn 3, your race leader gonna go back-to-back race-winning weekends. Finished off the old year in victory lane and back to victory lane once again for the first time here in 2021 for Swift Motorsports, AYERS iRacingPaints, Arca Menards Series driver of that 41 machine, Michael Atkins Jr. gets the job done once again. My goodness. What a great race. What a great showing for the driver inside of that 41 machine. Started back in the 4th spot, but was able to make his way by the field on lap number 1. And had not looked back since. Led almost the entire race, just losing a few laps there during a green flag pit cycle. Enjoying his celebration down there trackside, and I don't blame him at all. Heck of a run out of that 41 machine and his whole crew. Job well done. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to get set to head off to the post-race interview. So we're going to break away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
back track side here as we get ready for our post-race interviews. We're going to see if we can't catch in a few final words with the driver walking away in the third and final podium spot here tonight. Driver of that 28, Ron Shoot. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a good, solid, strong run here to begin the new year?
It feels pretty good. The 4X Toyota was fast on the long runs. Couldn't get her figured out there on the short beginning of a run, but long run we were good. We were catching them, but I'll take a third all day long.
Well, a good, strong run. As you said, you'll take a third all day long. You gained 7 positions from where you started tonight's race. Do you think that's a win unto itself?
Oh, for sure. Anytime you can move forward is a good day.
I hear you, my man. Well, starting things off on the right foot here in 2021, walking away with a podium position, finishing in the third spot. So, again, congratulations on that, Ron. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Oh, yeah, I want to thank 4X, Serve Pro, Dynamark, Great House, KC Design, Functional Fitness, and 4X especially for letting me be a part of this team and keep growing and getting better.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations, and keep your head down, elbows up, and we look forward to catching up with you a little bit later on through the season.
All right, thanks. Hopefully a couple positions better.
I hear you on that one. Good luck, bro. There you have it. Few final words from the driver finishing in the third spot. Driver on screen right there inside of that Serve Pro 4X Toyota Camry K&N machine. The driver of that 28, Ron Shoot. That's going to move us to none other than the driver walking away with the pole position here tonight and finishing in second. Driver inside of that 22 machine, Jason Branch. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a good, solid run here to start off the new year?
I'll take second. Second week in a row, I've took the pole, and Michael's just ran away with it. I thought I might have something for him, but I got caught sleeping a little bit on that restart and got stuck behind the 71. And by the time I got around him, he was second and a half ahead of me. So I just kind of hoping for a caution that never came out.
Well, a good showing nonetheless for not just yourself, but 4X Racing, your teammate finishing right behind you, improving his positions throughout the race a ton, gaining 7 spots tonight. From a team standpoint, how good is it to walk away with 2 out of 3 podium spots?
Oh man, we had a heck of a night. Jim Thorndike there, he would have had a top 5, but he got a little heavy on the go pedal coming out of the pits. I don't know where he ended up, but yeah, 4X had a pretty good standing. I think we second, third, 6th, and 12th maybe. Ryan Bradshaw there in 6th. So yeah, it was pretty good 4X night. We're gonna go back to the hauler and celebrate.
All right, my man. Well, congratulations once again on a good showing here tonight. A great way to start off the new year, as I already said, walking away in the second position. But let's work. Let's get after it. See if we can't get the pole and walk away with the race win next week.
Yeah, I think I got the pole thing down, and at least for the 2 weeks, and I just can't put it together for a whole race. But yeah, let's get after it next week.
All right, Jason. Well, before we let you go and enjoy the night here in Las Vegas, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Oh, I just want to thank Serpro for letting me put the name on the side of the car. 4X Racing, we have a heck of a team. Ron Schutte, heck of a race tonight, and then Jim and Ryan, and yeah, let's get back next week and let's go 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to trying to catch up with you once again next week when we hit the track. Until then, man, stay safe, and we'll see you again.
Yeah, I hope to talk to you next week. See you, Dave.
There you have it. Few final words from the driver walking away in the second finishing spot here tonight. Little bit of frustration detected in the voice after walking away with the pole position for the second time, but not being able to capitalize and walk away with a race win. But this man right here has been able to get the job done back-to-back race weekends. Got it done in 2020, getting it done in 2021. Your race winner, Michael Atkins. How you doing? You got a copy?
Gotcha.
Man, dominating performance here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tell me how you went from 4th to 1st on the opening lap.
Well, I saw on the two 4X guys, I had a abysmal qualifying. My second lap was actually faster, and I ended up, the rear end just slid out just a hair and just slapped the wall just a tiny little bit and pulled the right front into the outside wall. So it ruined the second lap, which would have put me on pole. But they was just running behind each other, and I was like, well, they're just going to stick together. So I was on to the low side, and then he went to the outside, and I was already underneath Branch. And I was like, oh man, this is this is wild for lap one. So it just can't work itself out, and got in turn 3, and I shot in front of them. But the first 34 lap run, I really killed my right front tire when I went down pit road and looked at it. And luckily, just watching Branch with his line and stuff like that, and where he was kind of lifting at and stuff like that, and the virtual mirror, it helped me out a little bit. And after that first caution, he got tied up with McGregor in front of him. So I was like, I'm gonna do a little boot, scoot, and boogie out here tonight and see if I can pull, take the draft effect away and stuff, because I felt in the first run it kind of helped a little bit, kept them in tow and allowed them to catch back up to me. But all in all, it was a good night tonight.
Absolutely. Boot, scoot, and boogie is probably not a good enough way to describe what you did, man. That last green flag run, you came back out on the track and just absolutely set sail. Nobody stood a chance at that point in time. Man, such a dominating performance, continuing to dominate here in season number 2 for Swift Motorsports AYERS iRacing Arca Menards Series. Man, congratulations. I don't know that I can do you enough justice going back-to-back race wins like that. So before we let you go and celebrate some more here tonight in Las Vegas, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Thank everybody over at ECM, East Coast Motorsports, Darren Clement, Chad Kern. Appreciate you for allowing me to be on the team, guys. Honor and privilege racing for you. Give a big shout out also to my wife and 2 boys at home for allowing me to take time and do this for fun. Just not real life. If I get wrecked, I get to take off the VR headset and go sit on the couch, chill, relax, watch a little TV with them. It's just early night, no big deal. But all in all, just shout out to Swift, Justin Gann for owning the league, putting on everything in the league, and Don Kidder and all of them. Me and Don go back all the way back with Extreme Motorsports. So, and also a shout out to a buddy of mine who's been sick out in Texas, Nick Hunt. Thinking about you, buddy. Praying for you. Get well. Come back to the track so I can beat you in the truck series. Other than that, I'm good.
All right, my man. Well, we look forward to catching up with you throughout the rest of the season, and I'm sure the way that it has started off, that is going to be a thing that's going to happen quite often. So, Michael, once again, congratulations on a great run, and we look forward to catching up with you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you go. There you have it. Driver walking away with the race win. Getting the job done for the second time tonight as he goes back. Well, getting the job done for the second time tonight here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. There you can see him still enjoying that celebration down there on the track side. Michael Atkins Jr. Man, oh man, back-to-back race winning weekends for him. What a fine performance for him. What a way to start off the new season. What a way to start off the new year. So, man, I don't know what to really say about that one, man. Michael Atkins just absolutely walked away with it tonight. Nobody really having anything for him after that last green flag run, but it is what it is. We'll continue to go around the track once again next week here in Swift Motorsports. AYERS iRacingPaints, Arca Menards series, and as we hear the music begin to roll in the background, that means the producers are ready for me to run down the unofficial race results for tonight's High Rollers 100, walking away with the race win, the 41 of Michael Atkins. Finishing in second here tonight after taking the pole position once again was Jason Branch. Teammate Ron Schutte right there in the 28 machine, rounding out your podium spots. Finishing in fourth here tonight, driver of the 23 machine, Kevin Burrows. Andy Starcher in the 19, gonna round out the top 5. Sixth place goes to the 16 of Ryan Branchu. Don Kidder gonna bring his 03 home in 7th. Donald Bennett finishing in 8th. 9th place goes to the 69 of Larry Bowling. Todd McGregor in the 71 machine gonna round out your top 10. 11th spot goes to Chad Lancaster. Jim Thorndike, after trouble coming off of pit road, gonna be scored 2 laps down in the 12th spot. Danny Valenzuela in the 04, after soldiering on all race long, finishes tonight's race 3 laps down in the 13th spot. Eric Dutcher gonna walk away 14th. 15th place goes to Greg Deitch. 16th in a final spot, and the running order goes to Robert Gillard in that 45 machine. Do want to take a brief moment to say thank you, race fans, for stopping by here tonight. Whether you're the fan, friend, or family, we appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, throw these K&N drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you tune in. Without you, there'd be no us. So stay safe, stay loved in the new year, my friend, and until then, we'll see ya in Turn 3.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.